And we're off. All right, we have Das v Roll up top and Roll v Roll at the bottom. Yeah, we have the potentially some pretty exciting matches here. So far we have high boards at the bottom, but they're both able to hold out in time for a Tetris. A bit of a misdrop for Anna D. Alex T staying clean, and as a consequence, going to have an early lead. A bit of a drought at the top now. All right, 30 pieces later, the bar arrives. Both players, thankfully, able to use them to score a Tetris. And indeed now having to do a bit of cleanup. Alex T remaining clean. It's grown the lead to 90. Has grown the lead to about 40,000 points with a score of 97,000. And has now set up column 9 Tetris. Will score it, take the 1 burn transfer. Lesbian sword fighting at the bottom in the meantime. Troublesome board is survivable. And 30 pieces later gets a long bar. It looks like both players have been dealing with the 30-piece drought at the bottom right after a 30-piece drought at the top. Interesting. They have different seeds yet still have to deal with some rough droughts. Tetris time in the meantime, very messy board. About 2/3 of the way up, but again, Tetris time is rolling. Tetris time is fully capable of surviving this.
And it's got a bad situation to deal with right now.
Nice, dirty Tetris. Why burn 4 lines when you can skip them? Oh, sets up. Perfect transfer. Oh, we have a top off Mana D. In the meantime, at the bottom, Tetris time has gotten clean. 205,000 points. Lesbian sword fighting 212. All right, game number 2 has begun at the top.
Also add a heart to Alex T when you're done.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the hearts.
All right, clean boards at the top. They're both going to score Tetris. They each have 2 on the board. There's a nice J tuck there from Anna.
Hearts thing is, I'm trying to add the hearts to Alex T. Which thing is it? It's supposed to be something that appears here. I just didn't want to mess up with it.
So you want to click sources.
What's sources? Wherever that is, it's...
Oh, yeah, it's up there. Sorry, it's up there. Which player needs the heart?
Alex T.
Alex T, player 2.
Oh no, you're setting hearts.
Hearts.
You have to go back to Chrome.
Chrome, is it on Chrome?
Yeah, it's on Chrome.
Because there's just a bunch of...
Oh, we have Lesbian sword fighting up top. Gonna hit a nice high up T-spin, but unfortunately that right side is inaccessible. At the top out at 353. Tetris time is good for the first game at the bottom. Meanwhile, at the top, Anna D behind by about a Tetris, currently trying to reopen the right side of the stack. Alex T with a massive overhang on the left half of the board. Not going to wait too long for a T piece, which would have been ideal for that setup, but is able to still take a 1 burn solve. Very creative stacking there from Alex T to deal with this tricky board. He's able to take in a burn to uncover the well, but now a long bar dependency is formed in column 7 or 6.
Did you get the loosen T score?
Who has the
Tetris time.
All right, game number 2 has begun at the bottom.
Top left.
this thing? Who are the scores?
Alright, so Lesbian Sword Fighting lost with 353-020.
All right, at the top, we have 273 to 289. Alex T, slight lead over Anna D. They're roughly tied in line, so this is going to be true of the pace as well as the real-time score. In the meantime, at the bottom, we have 71,000 for Lesbian Sword Fighting and 55,000 for Tetris Time. Both players are having to burn. Stack's not the most accommodating, and there's a bit of a drought that was forming, but the drought has ended, and now Lesbian Sword Fighting is going to have to deal with a flat T misdrop on the left side. He's able to do a roof burn, and finally that J double opens up the well, and now there's a comfortable row 2 Tetris setup. Oh, overflip there for Lesbian Sword Fighting, but it's able to clean things up in time. All right, it's 121 to 126. All right, Tetris for both players at the bottom is still close, 167 to 172. Meanwhile, at the top, the games are approaching a 100 line mark. We have Anna D at 397, 451 for Alex T. Alex T with a very high up right side. Not dangerously so, but this is going to require a lot of burns to bring the well back over to the right. Alex T not interested in trying to set up an off right well at the moment. Does a nice adjustment on the left. And now the board is in very good shape. Going to score a Tetris. Goes to 481 now, leading over Anna, who's at 448. Anna with a very low left side and jagged right half of the board. It's going to require a handful of burns to get everything clean. Anna's looking for an L or a J, has to settle for a bar. It's not a clean solve. It ended up making the board very jagged. There's a Tetris down the right side. Still needs to get to those pesky holes in the bottom 2 rows. Anna just not going to bother waiting for a T-piece for that T-spin setup. Oh, that's a very helpful J-piece for Anna. Going to transition 486. Alex T in the meantime well ahead. We're talking about 100,000 as he transitions at 598. All right, Alex T, clean board into level 20, 648. We have Anna at 498. Gonna get a Tetris. Nice clean board. Right side is high up. Left side is high up, which is very good for playing DAS in post. But unfortunately, the board's become dependent. Alex T doing a little bit of cleanup as well. However, Anna's situation is a bit more dangerous considering that she is playing DAS. All right, beautiful long bar for the triple. Oh, the misshift to the T. That's going to complicate things. Not able to quick that to D to the left. The left side is inaccessible right now, and Anna's going to be done at 536. Alex T is going to be the winner of game number 2. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we have 324 for Lesbian Sword Fighting, 477 for Tetris Time. So Tetris Time, 150,000 points ahead. Pretty efficient game so far. 78% Tetris rate does indicate that he is on pace right now for a 600 transition. Let's see if he's able to keep that up. Oh, right as I say that, the T double flip. It's going to make the left side look pretty bad, and now he's going to have to find some way to clean things up. Oh, he got the double tuck of the T at the bottom of the stack. This is a beautiful execution. Hopefully that'll shorten the length of this dig. All right, Tetris Time is clean, but 600 transition is almost completely off the table. Throws his Z to the left side, keeping it out of the way so that he can score a Tetris. And he'll deal with that overhang with a nice tuck. Oh, this board is looking very dependent for Tetris time. Bar dependency. Oh!
Anna D.
Oh, looks like there was an early top for Anna D. Unfortunate. So Alex T is going to take the set 3-0. Meanwhile, we have transitions at the bottom. Both players on level 19, Tetris time, 563. Lesbian Sword Fighting, 522. So we have Lesbian Sword Fighting, who was once 150k down, actually starting to make up this deficit. Had a delay vid setup, but it is not working out, and this is forcing Lesbian Sword Fighting into a dig. Tetris time in the meantime, nice and clean level 20. Jagged left side, but gets a helpful T-piece and makes a nice adjustment to better accommodate the S that was coming up next. Gonna get a Tetris 647. We could potentially see Tetris time open up the lead again. However, Lesbian Sword Fighting has gotten clean, and Tetris time had to take some brief burns. Oh, now with that Z on the right side, there's gonna be a couple more burns. Oh no, this has turned into a big mess for Tetris time. Bar dependency in column 9, trying to hold out. It's going to settle for the L piece. Now it's a J dependency. The bar's going to fill it. Gets a J over to the left and a bar to the right. That's going to make things a lot easier for Tetris time. He still has more work to do. This board is still high up. A beautiful square left. The amount of piece maneuverability rolling offers is why these players are using this as their preferred play style. However, Tetris time still has to deal with a rough stack. There's a very deep column 8 well with no long bar showing up. Okay, finally it does. He's able to take a burn. Another well-timed long bar. Lesbian Sword Fighting in the meantime also in a mess. And while all this is happening, the gap has actually closed a bit. We're talking about a 40,000 point difference, still in favor of Tetris time, but Tetris time still is having to do some cleanup here and there. Lesbian Sword Fighting just had an S misdrop. It's going to be burning as well. But Tetris time is finally clean. Nice, beautiful looking board as he scores a Tetris. Now in a position to potentially open up that lead further as Lesbian Sword Fighting is struggling to get clean. In fact, had another misdrop that has to be dealt with. It's a nice cleanup. Lesbian Sword Fighting is making some progress. Didn't get the bar at column 2, but it's able to get the S all the way to the left. Tetris time in the meantime, nice and clean, 834,000. So we are back to a 150,000 point lead for Tetris time. At this point, Lesbian Sword Fighting is going to have to rely on some very good kill screen in order to be able to take this game. Nice spin there for Tetris time. Lesbian Sword Fighting now on kill screen at 713. Tetris time on kill screen at 881. So it's a 107,000 point difference in favor of Tetris time still. Both players are just lining their way through level 29. Tetris time looks like he's setting up for a Tetris. Now Tetris ready, looking for the long bar. Lesbian Sword Fighting meantime, very deep well in the middle of the board. Tetris for Tetris time, going to 940. The lead has now grown to almost 200,000. So left side for Lesbian Sword Fighting, inaccessible after that bar hang. Will be done at 747, and Tetris time will be the winner. Game number 2.
Okay. I was scared because it didn't have the banner on it.
Yeah, it didn't have the little banner. I didn't see what the score was for the game.
It was 747, but I don't remember the last 3 digits.
I think he took a picture of it, so I'll ask him.
All right, here we are early on level 18. Both players with a Tetris with no burns. However, Tetris time apparently had a misdrop, but easy J double to clean things up. All right, bit of a dependent board for Lesbian Sword Fighting. Bar dependency and a J dependency. All right, finally able to clean up after filling in that L dependency. All right, both players Tetris ready, waiting on a long bar. It shows up, and they both use it to score. 79,000 for Lesbian Sword Fighting, 116,000 for Tetris Time. So Tetris Time with a near 2 Tetris lead, about a fifth of the way through the game. Oh, there's a misdrop, but nice one burn solve. Board's looking fine. There we go. There's a Tetris for Lesbian Sword Fighting. 129,000 points. A little bit farther behind Tetris Time now due to that brief period of burning. Tetris Time actually a very efficient game right now. Only 3 burns taken, 39 lines in. 92% Tetris rate. But unfortunately, this board is going to be a little too jagged for the squares that are showing up. Tetris Time is going to be forced to take several burns. Lesbian Sword Fighting has an opportunity to potentially catch up. We'll see what happens. Sport is not working out very well for Tetris Time right now. Again, not in a dangerous situation. This board height is still fairly safe for roll. However, this is costing a lot of pace. And in fact, Lesbian Sword Fighting is fully clean and less than a Tetris away. Tetris Time finally out of the digs. Going to get a long bar to score Tetris. But columns 6 and 7 were very, very low compared to everywhere else in the stack, and just had to plug it with the piece. It ends up making a hole, and that could be another slowdown. Tetris Time, though, did briefly start building up a lead again, but we'll see what changes. All right, once again, got out of the dig, got a row 3 Tetris. Lesbian Sword Fighting with the S-spin to fix the overhang on the right side of the board. There's another Tetris, 272 to 293. Lesbian Sword Fighting caught back up. Tetris Time has reopened the well, and this time it's a well in column 6. Not a good time for him to get those squares. And he's just right back into boning both players with uncomfortable stacks, but Lesbian Sword Fighting clean enough to get a Tetris. 324 to 346. Lesbian Sword Fighting just a Tetris behind. But with Tetris Time clean, may not be able to catch him at the moment. Oh, wow. That was a very clever Tetris ready setup. Unfortunately, was not going to get the bar in time, and Lesbian Sword Fighting is going to end up having to take some burns in order to get stack back in order. Line spin setup. Okay, did not go for the line spin. Tetris Time in the meantime, still clean, taking full advantage of this digging that Lesbian Sword Fighting is doing, and has quickly grown the lead to 80,000 points. Oh, dirty Tetris setup for Lesbian Sword Fighting. Where is the long bar? Unfortunately, the square's going to hang on the left side, and the well is closed. This has turned into a dangerous situation. The J did not make it to the left side, and Lesbian Sword Fighting's done at 335. Tetris Time is good.
Set up for another one. This is a way to max. 3 off the board.
Yeah. And again, you know, people might be wondering, oh, why is he still playing, you know, when Zen Pro is... You know, this is allowed. This is something that you can do. If you're just having a really good game and you just want to keep the practice going, you know, you're allowed to keep going. Oh, another dirty Tetris.
Nicely done.